dive right into it. Tell me the details of the stimulus bill that was signed today by the president.
So, to summarize, it basically extends a lot of the programs that we already have. It extends PUA by 11 weeks, and same with PEUC. And I believe it also makes FedEd back to 20 weeks based on the most recent EDD newsletter. So, it's extensions for all the programs that we pretty much already have. There's also the stimulus bill, and it's a 5,000 page thing. So, it encompasses like a lot of things, but I think those would be like the bullet points of what people are looking to hear about. Plus, there's also the FPUC, which is like the 600 in the CARES Act, where there's an additional 300 per week. All of this lasts up until uh, March. All of this lasts up until like March 15th or April 5th. It depends on what we're talking about, but they have two dates in there.
So there's a bunch of things in there, right? There's just an extension of unemployment benefits. There's the extra check that's up to somewhere between $600 and $2,000, depending on what happens. There's other benefits. What do I need to research for myself if I'm thinking about unemployment benefits to understand what I might be eligible for?
Sure. So I have an article that I had written that basically summarizes everything on the unemploymentgurus.com. But for extensions and everything, all of those are always automatic. So you just have to wait for a notice. And there is some confusion, like I'm on FedEd, do I go back on PEUC? A lot of those questions aren't really answered. For example, another one is like, I'm a hybrid, how do I apply for that extra 100? EDD just got this signed just yesterday. So there's a lot of things that aren't really answered right now. So right now, we just kind of have to wait for information of how they're going to implement all these programs.
So if my benefits expired, say 4 to 6 weeks ago, but all of a sudden this passed, might I still get benefits? Or if I'm expired, I'm probably done.
I think more than likely people will be getting I think more than likely people will be getting benefits. If it's 4 to 6 weeks ago, it kind of makes me question. Like, there's a lot of questions I would ask, like, were you expired on PEUC or a Fed Ed? And like, did you get denied Fed Ed? Because then those weeks should be PUA instead. So that's kind of a very, I need more details to be able to really answer that question, better.
Totally fair. There's a lot of 3 and 4 letter characters and acronyms here that we need to decipher and figure out. So as part of this, this bill was signed today by the president, but it sounds like things might still change around it because it needs to be approved one more time by Congress. What's the deal there? Might things change again?
That I can't answer, but I can say that things are always changing. So I think that we always have to keep up to date and watch what's going on. Sometimes I'm getting wrong information because, all the news outlets are speculating about this is happening, but we really just need to wait until things are solid and implemented by EDD to know actually what's real. So, yeah, things might change, but they're always changing, and that's not something new.
Yeah. One of the big things that was one of the big stories that got you into this field, and we'll certainly talk about what you're doing in a moment, but was how confusing and broken all of this was in March, April, and honestly all through the year. If I'm still on unemployment and I still don't have a job, where should I go to try to understand everything that's happening in this new stimulus bill and how it applies to me? What would you recommend a friend do who's just like, I think I get something, but I don't exactly know what?
Yeah, so our Facebook group is pretty good for that. A lot of people come back and answer questions that are confusing, and we have every topic divided into threads. What's not as popular is the Unemployment Gurus website, but I've written topics on, I've written articles on pretty much every topic. They're not, I'm sure there are things that I'm missing, but I do my best in translating what that language is on the EDD website that's so confusing to understand. And I put it into terms that are more common words that we would use. So there's that resource as well, Facebook as well. There's a couple places where you can look for information.
So tell me about yourself, Erica, in 2020. You lost your job is how we got connected. And then you started a Facebook group helping out other folks who lost their jobs. Tell me about FAQCAUI and tell me about how that transitioned into unemploymentgurus.com.
Sure. So FAQ CAUI was originally a place to find information because so many people would ask me the same question over and over and over and over. And then I would have to explain it so many times. And I just found that really inefficient. So I made articles that I could just send to people and that would explain everything. Eventually, though, people wanted more direct help and wanted direct assistance with handling their claims that were stuck. So now it's transitioned to become unemployment gurus. And really, the core purpose of unemployment gurus is just to help people, which is what we've been doing since the beginning. And so this is for people who absolutely want that extra help. It's not, like we're not asking every single person to be using our services. Is for people who absolutely don't have the time or ability, not ability, patience to like having to call, because I call for people and everything. So it's for those kinds of people. In addition, going back to the idea of wanting to help people, all the services that we have will be contributing to a hardship fund, because for a long time I've been wanting to give money out to people, like collect money and give it out to people. And so here's an opportunity where I can do that and continue to help other people.
Awesome. So in summary, if you've got questions about all the stimulus bill updates, check out the FAQCIAI Facebook group. I think you named it that. You told me once, just to hear people stumble over the word like I just did. That's FAQCAUI Facebook group, or the unofficial California Unemployment Help Group. Is that right?
It's actually, so the Facebook group is the unofficial California Unemployment Help. And then the website has now been redirected to unemploymentgurus.com, which is much
Unemploymentgurus.com.
easier to say than my my acronym that I thought, like another acronym that you have to like figure out.
I love the rebrand. So check out unemploymentgurus.com if you have any questions, and read one of the hundreds of helpful articles that have been put up there over the last year. Erica, thank you very much.